Try nacho cheese in corn flavors or the mild cheese and potato, too.
Can I have some more?
The filled snack that's more than just a chip.
If the Catholic Church is against abortion, why aren't they pro-birth control?
There's a big difference between falling in love and falling in lust.
Men are the biggest hypocrites. I mean, how many men in here voted for Geraldine Ferrara?
I'm mad at Reagan because he don't give a damn about the blacks.
This is KRCG TV 13, Jefferson City.
It's time for Showtime, the fun time that's just for kids.
Hi, boys and girls. Nice to see you today. Look who's here. Mrs. Knuth and Bookworm. Haven't seen Bookworm in a while.
No, Bookworm's been having an easy time this summer, but I thought he ought to get into the swing now that it's time for school to start. He needs to go to work, too.
Lots of activities at the library as well.
Yes, there are. You know, the books that Bookworm and I bring out are from the Thomas Jefferson Regional Library, which serves 4 mid-Missouri counties, Cole, Marys, Miller, and Osage, with service centers at Lynn, Bell, and Eldon, and, of course, the Bookmobile. Now, at the main library here in Jefferson City, Story Hour will be starting soon, and you may start registering on September 9th for Story Hour. Now, there are 2 kinds. There's the preschool Story Hour, one on Tuesday morning and one on Thursday afternoon. You have to be 3 years old to 6 to go to that one. And then they have what they call a parent-child story hour. So you mothers that don't work, or aunts or grandmothers, listen to this one. You can take a child 2.5 to 3.5 years old with you. Both of you, the parent and the child, can go to this story hour. That will be Thursday mornings. And it will last for a half an hour, and they'll have all sorts of things, especially for that age group. Plus, which I think will be very interesting, tips on using books for young children. So parents will get a lot out of that story hour as well as children. You can register for these beginning September 9th. Okay, Bookworm, you going to say anything this time? No, not going to say anything. I didn't think you would. Well, you can wave, can't you? Right, okay. Let's get started on the book, shall we? All right. First, we've got a book called The Best Dressed Bear. The bear is invited to a dance, and he goes downtown to get ready for the dance, and he wants to be, as the title says, the best dressed bear at the dance. So the first thing that the clerk tells him to do is to get some socks. He should have some socks. You see a picture of him here. He looks like he has on polka-dotted underwear and a hat with a flower in it and a shirt that's too short. There he is, looking for things to wear. So he says, oh, that's great. Now I've got socks. I'm the best dressed bear. But then the kangaroo comes along and says, not yet. You need shoes. So he gets black shoes. And oh, he feels so elegant. He says he is the best dressed bear then. Well, the sheep comes and says, no, sorry, you need a shirt and tie if you're going to be best dressed bear. So he gets that, and oh, he feels so elegant. He's got his hat on with the flowers in it, his polka dot underwear, his black shoes and black socks, and a shirt and a tie. And he thinks he is the best dressed bear. Well, then the goat comes and says, no, you have to have a coat with tails on. So they get him a coat, and he thinks he is really dressed up. But he still has on those polka dot undershorts. Well, the cat says you've got to have a new hat. You can't wear this old hat with the flower and things like that on it. And so they give him a black top hat, and he really feels dressed up. Then they give him a cane, and he starts out the door. They're all looking at him, but you see, if you look very closely right here, he still has on his polka-dotted underwear. Do you suppose he goes to the dance dressed like this? No. He winds up with everything that he should have, and there is the best dressed bear right there, complete from top to bottom. And he has a good time at the dance. Now then, Halloween will be coming soon, so I've got a couple of Halloween books. I don't know if I'll get to both of them, but the first one is called The Witch's Hat. And it's the story of a witch who is stirring up a brew. It's not a scary story at all. It's a funny story. And her hat falls in the pot. And now this is a magic pot, naturally, since it belongs to a witch. And first the hat turns into a bat, and then the bat flies up to the top of her house with about 15 other bats, and she has an awful time finding which bat is her hat. And just as she does, the bat changes into a rat, and so it goes until finally, at the end of the book, she thinks she has her hat, but the magic pot is smiling right there. And I think if I were that witch, I'd be very careful what I did next with my hat. And I think I'm just about out of time
here. Got more books there. We're not going to be able to find them at the Thomas Jefferson Library. And Bookworm want to tell you something in just a second, okay? But first, we've got a commercial. We'll be right back.
Don't go away because Showtime will be right back.
I guess I'm like a lot of people. I started out once a week, you know, just for a kick. And then it was 2, 3 times. And before I knew it...
Well, how much do you watch now?
5 times a week. Even weekends. Let's face it, I like it.
If you want more out of tomorrow, watch Entertainment Tonight.
Hey, I'm not the only one who's hooked. There's my husband Bill, my neighbor Sally, Dr. Ross, then there's Reverend...
S'mores Crunch.
It's here. Marshmallows and chocolate and graham crackers together in new S'mores Crunch cereal. A fantastic part of this complete breakfast.
Hi, want some cereal?
S'mores Crunch?
There's no S'mores Crunch cereal.
There is now. New S'mores Crunch, like a dream come true.
Now let's go back to Showtime.